guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Hakima and today I'm going to be showing you guys how I do like a Princess Jasmine braid type of thing on my 4C hair. So if you're interested, stick around. So this tutorial is very simple if your hair is already in twists the way mine are. I had a twist out earlier this week and then I just retwisted my hair, moisturized everything. I know it looks really rough and dry on the edges, but it's actually pretty moisturized to the touch. So this tutorial is really helpful if you do have very dense or thick kinky hair. It doesn't necessarily have to be 4C, but it's just helpful if you have thicker hair. So I'm going to show you guys how I get my like sleek-ish bun on my very dense 4C hair without causing breakage and pulling. So yeah, it's very simple and it's basically just keeping the center of your hair twisted and only taking out the perimeter so that your hair is small and sleek without actually all being out, because it's very hard for people with thicker kinky hair to get very sleek styles. Like, it's hard to kind of compact it and sleek it down, especially when it's thick, because our hair just likes to spring outward and not, you know, compress down, which is fine, which is beautiful. Like, volume is our thing. No one can beat 4C hair when it comes to volume. You know, we're cute, but sometimes you want a slick bun or just, you know, a smaller hairstyle. And this hairstyle is also very easy to keep up with throughout the weeks. Like, you can just add more leave-in conditioner and sleek up the hair, and then when you go to sleep, your hair's pretty much already twisted, so you can twist the perimeter and go to sleep. All of that might be a little bit confusing, but it's gonna make sense in a second when I start. What you're gonna need is some water, a leave-in, and then a gel is optional if you really want to gel down and sleek it down. I don't like using gel. I feel like it's an unnecessary added product that always ends up flaking and then you have to wash it out. So I just try not to use gel unless I have to. Boring! So I am going to try to use the 4C only styling cream, which I said I was going to try, and then I'm going to use the last of the leave-in conditioner I have. I'm going to try to focus more on moisture. So yeah, I'm going to start. I'm just taking out my twist. I twisted the front really large, which is actually going to be helpful right now. And you can see the center is pretty thick twist. So I'm just going to start by moisturizing my entire head of hair in the twist, just to make sure that everything is moisturized. Yeah, so someone commented on my last video and asked me to do a bun, and this style can also be done with a bun. It doesn't have to be a Jasmine braid. So yeah, this kind of applies to that. Maybe I'll come back and do a bun specifically, but right now I'm feeling like a braid vibe. So now I'm going to go in with the leave-in and I'm going to focus it more. I'm going to focus it more on the braids in the center that are going to be hidden away, and obviously focus on the ends because they are our babies. Oh, it already feels so good, guys. So now I'm going to seal with this 100% Jamaican black castor oil from Shea Moisture. This feels very moisturized, guys. So now what I'm going to do is map out the bun and where I need the hair out. So I already know I need hair in the front, obviously. And Jamaican black castor oil is really thick, so sometimes I don't like, it kind of like tugs on your hair if your hair is not wet. So yeah, I would never use Jamaican black castor oil on wet hair.
Let's just laugh at him now.
I mean on dry hair. So this tutorial is basically how to fake thin hair. So that's literally what I'm doing. I'm cutting down the thickness of my hair by leaving some of it in twists. You're just going to save yourself all that extra tugging and trying to sleek everything down. Like, it just doesn't work for some of us unless we put in a lot of effort and time. So I have the whole front out, and this is going to cover basically the front of my hair. And I think this is a good amount of hair, so I'm just going to leave it like this. Tie that up like that. And then we're just gonna go around the perimeter and do the same. So I've taken out all the twists in the back. I think will be enough to create the bun. So I'm just gonna tie up all the extra twists that are getting hidden away in the back. And then I'm just gonna take all of these out. See how this hair is still pretty moisturized? Moisturized, stretched. bomb this twist out would have been though. Like, look at that. So this is what the back looks like. See, even just this much of my hair out looks, you know, like a good amount of hair. When I do this, I feel like I'm doing a freaking art collage. But yeah, tie the back off. So now is the point where you want to tie up the twists in the position you need them to be. So if you're doing a low bun, you can go lower with it. If you're doing high, go higher with it. I want to do a pretty high braid, and I'm gonna go in and seal with the castor oil on these twists one last time. And then you want to make a tiny little bun. So now we can work on the front and the back. More leave-in. So I'm doing praying hands just so I can keep the hair stretched. You know, I don't want to like scrunch it up. And the good thing about this is that your twists underneath are obviously your own hair color. So if it does show a little bit, no one's gonna be able to tell. So like most people, I have multiple hair textures on my head. You know, not every head of 4C hair is the same. Not every head of type 4 is the same. So the front of my hair is a little less 4C, I think. So I don't have to stretch too much. Like you see how there's like a lot less shrinkage in the front, basically. So then what I like to do is fluff out the perimeter of my hair so that it's all connected. So yeah, you should basically look like coconut head by the end of this. So now we're ready for the fun part. So now I'm just going to get my styling cream and just slick everything up. And this is the point where you can either use gel or not, it's up to you. But I'll let you guys know if the styling cream works for the style or not, how long it works. So before I add the styling cream, I'm going to just wet everything up a little bit more. And then I have this, what is this called? Flat brush. I just wet it with the water to make sure it doesn't cause any breakage. And yeah, just smooth everything up. Look at this, guys. See, this is what it's gonna look like. I could never do this if my hair was not twisted underneath. So then I'm going to loosely tie this. I'm always so scared about styling creams and gels. Like, I always feel like they're gonna crumble and make my hair look all flaky. So guys, because I want the braid to be long, instead of folding it over like that and then putting the rubber band, I'm just going to do it right on the top and see if that works. It might not, so I got a thicker rubber band. But yeah, same thing, just grabbing it through on the other side and pulling like that. So I'm going to fasten it on and then hide this little fluff. Look at that. And obviously we have a long ass thing. So I'm just gonna wet the cankle on here just a little bit to make it look more natural. Ooh, just a little. And yeah, this was all the cankle on hair I had, so this might be a little thin, but I think it'll get the job done. So you want to keep the braid pretty loose so it matches with the bun, you know? And I'm gonna get scissors and trim the bottom. Then I'm gonna take a bobby pin and just pin the base so that it stays in place. Ooh, bars. Okay guys, so I have the braid on. I fluffed it out a bit to make it thicker, and I just bobby pinned the bun so it was like a little bit smaller. So now all I have to do is take this off and we'll see how it looks. Look at that, guys. You see how smooth down it looks? But it still looks like my hair texture. It doesn't look like I filled it with gel or scraped it back a bunch. It's just water and moisture and just using the silk to kind of flatten it and compress it, and that really works. Obviously, if I'm in really high humidity, it might get a little frizzy, but I think it should be good how it looks. So I'm gonna put my earrings back on. If I was at my own house with all my stuff, I would get my gold cuffs and I would put gold in my hair. but I think this is so cute. This is exactly what I wanted it to look like. Very natural, 4C Jasmine. And yeah guys, this is the same routine I would use if I was making a high bun, a low bun, any of those things. Optional, lay my edges. But yeah, I'm very into not sleeking hair down, not doing edges right now just because I'm tired. I'm tired of pretending I don't have 4C hair. I'm tired of using products that aren't made for me. Tired of trying to look like I have a different hair texture. So it looks like my natural hair. I don't have a headache, like my head is not being squeezed. You know when you have a really tight bun or high puff and you can feel the skin underneath literally being gathered together? Like, that is not good for you guys. And I know we've definitely normalized that. Like, all throughout high school I had that feeling in my head every day, and it's enough. It's enough. Why are we torturing ourselves? So that is the end of today's video, guys. I know it was a little all over the place because I'm filming it as I'm actually getting ready. Hopefully you can try this technique and just save your edges, save your scalp from the pulling, the tugging, and the gel and all that. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!